Hello, my name is Kwabena. I want to share briefly with entrepreneurs, with people who doing business, who have shown interest in doing business, who want to, you know, give a shot on some of the dreams that they have. And I want to talk about financial education for entrepreneurs, financial education, how you can handle your finances. If you get your finances right as an entrepreneur, it's so much likely that you'll be able to get the other things right. So most of us didn't get the financial the financials right from the beginning, and so the business goes up and down, goes up and down, goes up and down. You can learn from the beginning, but after a while you should have the lessons rightly taught out, and those are the things that I would love to share with you. And so if you happen to go through the processes and you happen to have some things right, then you will see that the business will start to make sense. And so financial education for entrepreneurs is very key. I believe that the world, we've been programmed. We've been programmed. A lot of people think that they think independently, but I am of the opinion that we've been programmed to think in a particular way. So have you ever thought of it that a lot of us will use money all our lives, but they don't teach money in any school? Said that this is how you use money, this is how you get it, this is how you save it, this is how you invest it, this is how you multiply it. No, they teach us to become very good carpenters, very good masons, very good engineers, doctors, accountants, but they don't teach us how to do well financially. And so we carry the same thing into business. So we carry the same kind of ideologies, philosophies, into business, and that's why most people struggle with business. So I would want to share briefly some of the ideas that I think will help anybody who is trying to build a business financially, and sometimes they will even help you in your personal finances as well. In your personal finances as well. They say that the world has hit another milestone, and going forward from this time, a lot of things that we knew maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago, are not going to be same again. A lot of things are going to change, but the money is not going to change. You're still going to need water, electricity. You still have to pay the rent. You probably will still have to send your children to school. Your phone will break down. You would have to take it to the repairer. You will still have to wear some clothes, buy some things. So the livelihood is not going to change. And if you're still in business, some things are not going to change. You're still going to pay the electricity. You're still going to buy data. You're still going to pay the T and AT. What is it? The transport. You're still going to maybe pay some salary. If your business does not have anybody, you have yourself. So some of the things having for a while, the things that I've seen about people, entrepreneurs in our country. The other day I was talking to a gentleman, and he was asking me what kind of books I can read as an entrepreneur, and I showed him some books, but unfortunately, a lot of the books that we consume in a part of the world, most of them are coming from not here, but those from America, especially. But when you take off the finances, it's a bit different for us than for them. It's the way their finances are structured, the financial market, the housing market, the job market, those things, the way they've been structured. I think they are so much different from the way ours has been structured. And so uh, you can read the book, but you still have to, bring them. You still have to bring them at home. You still have to put them in context in a kind of environment. So, what are some of the things that if you do well, if you put them to practice, if you practice them consistently, continuously, you probably will have your finances for the business maybe a bit, a bit under control, a bit under control. And so it doesn't matter what kind of business that you're doing. Once you're getting revenue, there are some things that you would have to. I recognize that most people uh, they don't understand that if they do business and they owe people, they should pay. A lot of people. And most people don't understand that. Most people think that they don't have to pay the people they owe. Um, I've come to see that if you're doing a transaction with anybody in our country and the money goes to them, very few people will bring the money back. And it doesn't matter their level of education, their level of exposure. It doesn't matter their it doesn't matter their status in society. That is my experience. And it's unfortunate. I've done some few things with very people that we deem as have some level of status in society. Once the money goes to them, if it doesn't work, they find it so difficult to give you the money back. So if you're working and if you have a business, you have to make sure that before the money goes out, you have to know that once the money leaves your hand, very few people, I dare say that maybe less than 1%, will give the money back to you if the transaction does not go through. Most people don't pay their debt. And what I've seen is that those who don't pay their debt continually struggle with their business. Those who don't see the need to pay the people who gave them the service, who gave them loan, who gave them some kind of help. If you don't hold yourself accountable to honor your part, it will be so difficult for you to have your finances as an entrepreneur rightly under control. Because then you're not trustworthy. Because then you value the money more than the relationship. You value the money more than the character that you have. So I think that if you want to really have your money under control, you must make sure that you honor your part of any bargain. And if there is trouble, talk to the people. If there is trouble, engage them. Show some sense of responsibility. It's so crucial because very few people can be trusted with money. I dare say that. Very few can be trusted with the money. The moment the money goes to them, they find it so difficult to pay. And I can understand that. You are doing something with somebody, you agree this, the money comes and then they start to turn you around. They start to turn you around and it amazes me. So you have to hold yourself responsible that if I owe anybody, I am going to pay. If I agree with you and the money comes to me and the transaction that does not go through, I'm going to honor my part. There's no point trying to get money if you don't have character. If you can't hold yourself intact, it's so difficult for you. Then you have to continue to steal, to cheat, to lie, to keep the money coming in. Why? Because for money to come in, ready, if you're a business person, if you're an entrepreneur, it's got a lot to do with credibility. It's got a lot to do with would people trust you? Would people take your word? It's so critical. People who work with you, whether they are suppliers, whether they are employees, anybody who works with you, must tag you with a certain, character that this man, if he owes you, he will pay. If your money is with him, he will pay. That is so critical if you want to put your money under control. It is so critical. You have to raise yourself above almost everybody. That if the money is with me, I am going to pay it back. I pay my debt. I pay the loans that I take. I pay the people who I owe. You have to hold yourself that. You don't have to sit down and plan and scheme to extort money from somebody. If you continue to do that, it means your financial knowledge is that weak, it's that low. You don't believe that people get rich because they have higher standards with respect or with regard to money. So you have to do that. You have to know. Tell yourself that I'm going to pay the people I owe, and I'm going to keep them in constant communication, and I'm going to hold my part, even if it's bitter, even if it was not your responsibility, even if it's painful. You have to hold yourself in that kind of standard. So don't forget the people you owe. Don't forget your debt. Pay them. That's the first sign that you are really serious to lift the financials of the business to a higher level. If you rent, some people even take loans and they change your address. Like, wow. You change your address. There's nothing wrong if the business does not work. It doesn't work. But don't change your address. Don't change your name. Don't run away. Tell them. and show that sense of responsibility. Say that it didn't work, so I'm going to hold myself to this, and I'm going to pay. So don't run away from your debt. Don't run away from the people you owe. Take the responsibility. That for me is a first sign that you really understand how money works and how to run a business. Because if you don't do that, then you are going to lie all the time. And the other thing that I would want to say is that most people never do anything for free. They never do anything for free. Everything they do, they have to have their share. They will ask you, because what is my part? But I know that people who are able to intact are people who really would do some things, not so much because they're looking for money, but because so much they have value. They want to see, they want to prove what they can do beyond the money. So if you are the kind of person, it's so likely that you're going to say that you are solely so selfish. Is anything you don't show any interest at all. It is dangerous for you to have your financials rightly intact if nobody sees you as somebody who will go extra mile to do anything for free. You don't have to be extremely that perfect and that calculating, because you don't want at all. It's not possible. If you're in business, you're going to be cheated. If you're in business, you're going to lose money. If you're in business, people will run away with your money. If you can't take that, why are you in business? Find it so difficult to lose penny, even though it's painful. Yes, we understand that it's painful, but it's an experience that you're going to go through for free. They will open big doors for you than even a lot of the time the things that you charge. So go in with that open-mindedness. You have to have that. People should be comfortable with you that this guy can do something for free. Maybe you are working with somebody, they pay you all the time. Sometimes just impress them. Sometimes just do that for free. Sometimes let them know that you appreciate the contact that they have given you, the access that they have given you, the leverage, the knowledge, the experience that they share with you. You can't go every time with, it has to be even. Yeah, okay, you give out the invoice. You don't do anything for free. If you are that kind of person, your finances will have problems. Take it from me. Your finances will have problem because then you don't consider it is you. People hear good things, they will not. When people have tell you why, because you never freedom free. And as a matter of fact, that's how you even start business. A lot of business because somebody was ready to do some things for free from the beginning. So people see your heart and they start to recommend you. So my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about for entrepreneurs. So it's that good that you don't cheat for money. Don't cheat. There's no need to cheat, to lie. Give all the bribe, take all the bribe. Do the one that you're comfortable with. Money, those who have they take time to build, then they get a lot of money. If you have to just go and lie and cheat all the time to get money, you don't understand money. You don't understand money. You just think that once you have money, you have value. You don't have no. So you don't have to cheat to get money. No, you don't have to. And that's why they get screwed all the time. Look at any contractor who's always trying to give loan, bribe to get trouble.